Hello folks, and welcome to another playthrough video. I am the Lone Adventurer, and today I'm going to be playing through Iron Helm for a third time. This time I'm going to be using the character Fayon, and I'm hoping that I will stand a chance. Hopefully I will beat the game. At least that's my hope, because if I beat the game, then I can come back with a second playthrough with Fayon, attempting the Warrant of Despair, which is the first adventure pack expansion available for Iron Helm. Now, fingers crossed, I'm going to stand a slightly better chance in this video. I've learnt of a couple of rules that I was getting wrong, thanks in large part to a chap who commented on my videos called Matt Greenbean. So thank you, Matt Greenbean, for taking the time to put me right on a few different rules. Most importantly, I think, is how to gain additional skills. So you can, it turns out, trade in or monster cards from the monsters that you have beaten in order to learn new skills. So hopefully I'll be able to do that during this game, and that will help me. There was a couple of other smaller rules that I got wrong that I will keep in mind that Matt pointed out, but that was the big one. Okay. Let's take a quick look at Fayon and his skills and trappings. So Fayon himself comes with, or starts with, 14 health points, 11 energy, so a decent amount of energy, 10 trappings. That's not trappings. What am I on about? 10. What's the word? Encumbrance, so it's how much he can carry. 1 ration to start with, and 3 coins. Now that's all well and good, but the thing about Fayon is he doesn't start with a weapon, so we're going to have to use some of those coins to purchase an initial weapon. He does come with some robes, and the robes allow him to avoid 1 skirmish per level, so that's pretty handy. I've just got a little cube on there, so I can take that off when I use it, and I will remember that I've used it. And he comes with a buckler, a shield, and this allows me to subtract 1 from initial damage, but unfortunately if I suffer a single hit of 4 or more, it breaks and I lose it. He has got the dodge ability, which means that I gain 1 less poison damage from the arrow trap, so that's quite handy. But we're going to need to pick a weapon from the trappings. So what are our options here? We could have an axe, we could have a short bow, we could have a dagger, a wooden staff. That seems... he looks like the sort of chap who'd have a wooden staff, and he's got a sword in the picture. Okay, I think I've gone with the axe on a previous run with this character, because the axe is a one-handed weapon, and oh, there's a mace as well. Yeah, I think I prefer the axe. Yes, so the wooden staff and the short bow are two-handed weapons, so if I used those I couldn't use the buckler. So let's go for the axe, and then we can get started. So I'm going to take the axe, lose 2 coins. Alright, let's just get straight into it. If you need a sort of a playthrough where I explain the rules perhaps a little bit more, I'll put a link to my first playthrough up in the corner of the screen. Note that the sound on that playthrough is not quite as good. I have now discovered how to normalise the sound on my videos. So hopefully, to those of you commenting that my sound was a little bit ropey, hopefully on this video it's a little bit better and you're able to enjoy this playthrough a little bit more. Let's get started. So we draw 2 cards. I have to pick one to look at. It is a skirmish. So I can keep this card, or I can turn over this card and see what that is, but then I have to do that card. It's very early on in the game. Let's take a gamble. I gamble probably a bit too much. On this occasion, it paid off. We've got a campsite. So, you have spied a relatively quiet location to set up camp. It will not be long before you attract attention to yourself. Choose one of the following actions. So, I can cook to regain energy, I can rest to regain health, but I don't need to do those things really, so I'm just going to search and find myself an additional ration. So there we go, we've got 2 rations now, so that's quite nice. And let's carry on. Skirmish again. Or gamble again. Gamble again. Hey, this is going alright, isn't it? Luck is on my side. So clearing means I can draw a plot card. Just going to give those a quick shuffle. Can't remember if I shuffled them after my last game. Okay. First plot card of the game. The Wolf. Your eyes meet those of a frail-looking wolf crouched in the cover of shadows. It looks like the wolf is starving as it cannot even muster the strength to growl. Do I feed the wolf? If I feed the wolf, I would lose 1 ration and 2 health, move up 1 on the morality track, and wolves ignore me from now on. Yeah, I don't really feel like giving away rations and health. I think it's quite rare that I would actually feed the wolf. So I'm just going to, let's pop that over there. I'm going to go down 1 on the morality track and get on with my day. Skirmish again. I think there's like 6 skirmish cards, so there's plenty more. So if I flip this over and go with this one, it turns out that's a skirmish as well, then it's a much nastier proposition. But I do have my robes, which allow me to avoid a skirmish, but it could be an ambush as well. Ooh, that is awful news. I wish I hadn't done that. Labyrinth. Drat, you cannot seem to find your way out. Discard 2 rations. So I've lost both my rations, which is really sucky. Oh, why didn't I just do the skirmish? I should have just done the skirmish. Merchant. Alright, I guess I'll visit the merchant, but I've only got 1 coin. That's a plot card. Did I just draw that off there? No. Right, so we've got a potion and we need a loot. Iron Helm, obviously, I cannot afford. That's 4 coins. I've only got 1. The other thing, however, the ice shard allows me I can use to do some additional damage. That's only 1 coin, so I'm definitely going to have that. Right. Skirmish. I'm going to use my robe to avoid the skirmish. carry on. Skirmish. This is starting to take the mick now. Alright, I think I'm going to have to do this skirmish. Let's have a look to see what we're facing. The wraith. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. So with a skirmish, I draw an enemy card, add the dungeon level plus 2. So we're going to be adding dungeon level, which is 1, plus 2, which is 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got a wraith with a health points of 10. Initial damage and counter strikes both steal 1 blessing. Well, I don't have any blessings. Right, but the wraith is doing initial damage. Ooh, that's good. So you look for the difference. So the difference is 1 plus 3. So we're doing an initial damage of 4. However, I'm subtracting 1 because of my buckler. So we're taking an initial damage of 3. Right, so the wraith has 10 points of health. Thing is, you have to discard energy. If I discard 2 energy, it will allow me to roll 2 dice, and I'd have to successfully roll 10, 11, or 12 in order to kill the wraith, and it's just not going to happen, is it? There's no way I'm going to roll a 10. So I'm going to use 3 energy, which, you know, feels like not an amazing thing to do with my first creature that I'm facing, but I'm going to do it. Well, okay, alright, so maybe who knows, the laws of chaos dynamics or whatever Ian Malcolm is interested in probably means that I wouldn't have rolled such a high number if I only rolled 2. But that does kill the wraith, so that's good. The wraith is dead. The wraith is dead. That there means, I think, that I'm going to get a potion and a loot card, which is pretty cool. Scale armour. Whoa, I like the sound of that. And another ice shard. Okay, that's pretty handy. Now, let's have a look at the scale armour. Subtract 2 from initial damage and counter strikes. Cool. So that's really good. I'm going to go ahead and swap out my robes pretty much straight away, I think, and don my scale armour. That's nice. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the dungeon, and I don't have any rations, and I can't see myself getting any rations at this point, which is a shame. That means I'm going to lose some health at the end of this level. Arrow trap. I've got dodge, which means I take 1 less poison damage. An arrow trap, if you encounter it on the first card, only does 1 poison damage. So I guess I can ignore that. Last card of the level. Treasure. Well, treasure's all well and good. I mean, I will accept it because I'm not willing to risk an ambush at this point. So I'll get my treasure. However, this does mean end of the level. I'm gonna take some damage. So I'm just gonna look at my end of level rules here. So first of all, you shuffle the dungeon deck. There we go. Move on a level up here. Feed your character. I don't have a ration token, which sucks. So I now must lower my health by 3. Down to 8. Which is super sucky. I don't have any poison tokens. I've advanced my pawn up 1 level. And I need to do a plot card. the prisoner. You find yourself in the threshold of a small prison room. An orc guard is fast asleep at a table where a couple of gold coins rest. The sole prisoner spots you and silently points to the keys on the table. Well, if I free the prisoner, I lose 1 energy and 3 health. I can't lose 3 health at this point. I'll go down to 5. So I'm going to go down on the morality track again. Being super immoral. But I do gain 2 gold. Okay. Alright. Next level. Here we go. Skirmish. Am I going to do the skirmish? My fear here is that I'll miss the campsite and I'll miss my opportunity to gain a ration, which will doom me at the end of this level. Okay, let's do the enemy. A flying snake. Okay, I think we can handle a flying snake. So we're adding the dungeon level plus 2 to the health, so 3, 4, 5, 6. You gain 1 poison with initial damage. Okay, 1 poison token then, that's annoying. Work out initial damage. That's a 3. Plus 1 is 4. But my scale armour blocks 2, which takes me down to 2 initial damage, which is 6. There it is. So that's taking me down to 6. That's pretty lame. I think I might use one of my ice shards, because why not conserve my energy a little bit. So let's use an ice shard, which allows me to roll 2d6 to do damage. 10 damage kills the flying snake. Alright. Oh, you don't get any loot from a flying snake. That's annoying. Okay. Carry on then. Oh, I'm drawing a lot of skirmish cards. It's beginning to bug me a little bit. I'm going to ignore that one. Well, not ignore it. I'm going to see what the other card is. Ooh, it's the best news ever. Fantastic. I found a mushroom grove, and if the mushroom grove is the second card you draw, you find yourself standing in a grove of ripe mushrooms. Gain 2 rations. So there you go. I can now relax. I've got my 2 rations. That particular worry can be ticked off the list. Ambush. Alright. So an ambush. On the first card, you catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card, ignore initial damage, and only add the dungeon level to their health. What enemy have we got? An undead warrior. Okay, so their health is going to be 5 plus dungeon level, which is 2, so a total of 6. And we ignore their initial damage, so I'm going to go straight in with 2 energy to try and kill this fella. There you go, job done. 9 damage. That kills the undead warrior and gains me 1 loot. What have we got? An ice hack. It's a weapon that does a particularly large amount of damage to enemies weak to frost. and it can be discarded in much the same way as the axe to do a load of damage for one hit. I'm just going to check my encumbrance because I'm getting to the point now where I might not be able to carry everything I've got. I can carry a total of 10. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm right on the threshold. Another thing worth pointing out is I now have 3 enemies, which means I can gain any skill that has the agility keyword, which means I could get shadow, conceal or archery. Archery is not much use because I don't have a bow at the moment. Shadow and conceal may be useful, but I can't use them with my scale armour, and I am quite attached to my scale armour. Oops, that's the wrong pile. So I don't think I'm going to be buying anything or learning any additional skills at this point. But once I've got 5 enemies defeated, I can learn any skill that I want. So I think that increased flexibility will allow me to learn a skill that'll be more handy for me. Another ambush. Okay, right. Another enemy. We've got a zombie this time. 2 plus 2, so a total of 4 health. Zombies do not inflict initial damage, so I'm going to go in with 1 energy and hit the zombie. 2 points, that's annoying. Okay. Zombie's going to attack me back. Notice that the zombie has no base attack value, so it's only going to be the difference between these 2 dice that the zombie does. 3. A difference of 3. I subtract 2 because of my scale armour, so it is doing 1 point of damage, so 6 down to 5. Then we're going to attack again, hopefully to do 2 points of damage. Yay, 2 points of damage done. Zombie defeated, and I'm getting 1 loot item. A magic ring. Once per level, you may avoid an ambush. Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, I can't wear the robes while I'm wearing the scale armour. I like my scale armour, so I think I will get rid of the robes so that I can have this magic ring, which I think is quite handy. Okay. Right, only 1 monster away from being able to learn a new skill. So let's have a little cube on that one as well to allow me to keep track of when I've used it. I don't need another one, do I? Because the other one was for the robes. Arrow trap. All right. I don't need to do the arrow trap because I'm able to dodge out of the way of arrows. So that's nice. Skirmish. Oh, do I want to do the skirmish or do I want to try to see? Because I don't think I've had the campsite on this round and I haven't had the merchant, so it could be something handy. I'm going to gamble. It's another skirmish. Curses. You are taken off guard and stumble for your weapon. Facing, or at least it's only a flying snake. However, we're going to be adding 6 to the health. So this flying snake's health total is 9. Flying snake, oh, it does a point of poison damage. Oh, so I've got 2 points of poison. If my health ever gets lower than my poison level, I think it's lower, or it might be equal to. Let me check. Yeah, it's equal to. So if my health goes down to 2 at this point, I would lose the game. So all of a sudden, it's starting to feel a little bit more dangerous. This flying snake could kill me. Right, and it needs to do initial damage. So it's doing an initial damage of 3 plus 1, 4, minus 2. Oh, I subtract 1 initial damage from my buckler as well, and I haven't been doing that. That's annoying. Right, okay, so difference of 3, plus 1, 4, minus 2, 2, minus 1, 1. So that is going to go down to 4. All right. Now I need to kill this snake. I really need to kill this snake. Do you know what? I could throw my axe at it, which is probably overkill, but at this point I just don't want to get any more damaged than I actually am. And I've got the ice hack, which I can immediately bring in. So let's do that. I'm going to throw my axe, which is going to do 3d6 damage. There you go, that's killed the flying snake, thank goodness. I don't get any cool gear from that. I've got 5 though. I'll have a little look at the skills in a minute. At least he's dead. Then I can bring in my ice hack weapon. I might have a quick look at the skills. Okay, I've narrowed it down to these 2 cards. I am going to learn a new skill. I've got the shield block. Subtract an additional 1 point from initial damage when you have a shield or buckler equipped. Your buckler cannot be broken. That would be really cool. Or alchemy, gain 2 potions of your choice. Whenever you draw a new potion card, you may draw an extra potion, pick one to keep, and then discard the other. And I think I'm going to have to go for that one. Because of that initial thing, gain 2 potions of your choice. Well, the thing is, I need health. There's health potions. So I think what I'm going to be doing here is gaining 2 health potions, which is both the health potions. I mean, the other ones look handy, but do you know what? I'm doing it. I'm gaining 2 health potions thanks to the alchemy skill. Whoops. Going to shuffle the remaining potions a little bit. And I'm going to immediately discard this card in order to gain 4 health. Do you know what? I'm just going to do both of them. I'm discarding both of the potion cards. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to get me back up to 12 health, where I feel a lot happier. Okay, almost near the end of the dungeon. This level of the dungeon. So let's see what we've got next. The Merchant. That's tremendous news. I'm on level 2, which means that he's willing to sell me one of these 2 items and this potion card. Well, I don't need an extra weapon, I can't afford it anyway. I could get a cookbook, gain 1 extra energy when you eat a ration at a campsite. I mean, that would be handy, but how often are you going to see a campsite? Not very often. And a holy water, which I can discard to do some damage. I'm going to buy the holy water. And that's going to be it. Right, last card of the level. A campsite. You have spied a relatively quiet location to set up camp. It will not be long before you attract attention to yourself. Choose one of the following actions. So I can cook, spend 1 ration to gain 3 energy. That's tempting. I could rest, spend 1 ration to gain 2 health and lose 1 poison. Oh, that's tempting as well. I don't like poison. That'll get me back up to full health. But what's the benefit of being at full health if you can't attack things? I think I'm going to have to cook, spend 1 ration to gain 3 energy. I think that's the sensible decision. Okay, so we're at the end of the level. I'm going to give these cards a shuffle, a little shuffle. Okay, just having a quick look at the plot cards there. Remember, the number of these icons here dictates when we face the final boss. We've got 5 at the moment. When we hit 10, we face the final boss. The passageway. You notice a strange rock protruding from the wall. You run your hand across it and suddenly the ground begins to shake. You stumble to the ground as dust fills the air. When you arise, you notice a secret passageway where there was once wall. Draw another plot card. The shrine. Gain blessing tokens equal to the position on the morality track. Now, last time I played, I lost blessing tokens because I was negative morality. Turns out you don't need to do that, but I haven't got any blessings anyway. So all of a sudden I find myself on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these icons. So 1 more and we will face the final boss. Okay, here we go on level 3. Ambush. Ambush is good for you if it happens on the first card of the 2. You catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card. We ignore initial damage and add the dungeon level to their level. Undead Archer. There's no initial damage. Their health is 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And we're going to attack. Am I going to use 2? Or I guess I'm going to have to, but it does feel like a shame. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to use 2 energy to roll 2 dice. Or just do 7 points of damage, killing the undead archer. I get 1 loot item. Ooh, a longsword. Okay, that's quite handy. It means I can throw my ice hack and still have a weapon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm now at max stuff. Next 2 cards. Another ambush. Do I want to do another ambush? The problem is, every time you do an ambush, you lose energy. So I don't really want to lose too much energy, so I'm going to risk it. Oh, it's an arrow trap. Because I can dodge, I gain 1 less poison damage from the arrow trap, but unfortunately this one is doing me 2 points of poison damage. Oh. I already had 2 poison. I forgot about that. So now I've got 3 poison. And at the end of a level, for every 2 poison tokens you have, you gain an additional poison token. So all of a sudden, that means I should have had 3 already. So I'm now up to 4 poison tokens, which is pretty brutal. Do not like having 4 poison tokens, I can tell you. Right. Skirmish. Curses. So many skirmishes. Actually, have I had many recently? Possibly not. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. Let's skirmish. God damn. Alright. Okay, so what enemy are we facing? It's a wolf. Right. I may spend a ration to avoid this conflict. I don't think I can afford to do that, can I? So this wolf is going to have a health of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a pretty beefy wolf. I'm going to waste a whole load of energy killing this thing, because I've found that the reason why I usually lose against the boss is I just run out of energy. I never have enough energy. I think I'm going to throw... see, he's weak to fire. These things don't help against fire creatures, or they're not as effective against creatures susceptible to fire. Or rather, these are more effective against creatures that are undead or weak versus ice. Okay, well, whatever happens here, I'm going to have to roll to see what initial damage the wolf does. That's only 1, that's good. Plus 2 is 3. Minus 2 for my scale armour, so only 1 point of initial damage. Okay, I will use 2 energy to attack the wolf. Oh, 6. That's a shame, isn't it? So the wolf is still on 4 energy. Wolf counter strikes. Oh, misses. That's good. Whenever you roll a double on the enemy's attack, I believe that means they miss. Yep, 0 damage because of the miss. See, I could use 1 more energy, but if I don't roll a 4, then the wolf is going to be able to attack me again. I'm sort of regretting not helping that wolf from the plot card earlier on in the game, if I'm honest. Probably should have done. Okay, so I'm going to use one more energy. 1 more energy and just hope I roll a 4. A 1. Frustrating. Okay, so they're going to counter attack. Ooh, another miss. Well, at least that's going in my favour. So I'm going to use another energy. And if I don't roll a 3 now, I'm going to throw a little hissy fit on the floor. Okay, alright. Wolf is dead. Getting 1 loot card, an elven bow, but I can't carry it, I don't think, so get rid of that. Right, let's keep going. Oh, I really, really, really need some energy. Altar. Oh, healing. Discard D6 minus D6 poison tokens. Well, I'm definitely going to do that, aren't I? 4. Discard 4 poison tokens. Awesome. That was a stroke of good luck. So, let's keep going. Skirmish. Now, I think I'm going to not do that skirmish. Let's see what this is. No. Labyrinth. Drat, you cannot seem to find your way out. Discard 2 rations. Lose 3 health for each ration you cannot discard. Well, I can discard 1 ration. I can't discard a second ration. So I'm going to go down to 8 health. Brutal. Annoying. A clearing. Draw a plot card. Ooh. Now that's a conundrum. Because the thing is, drawing a plot card is going to trigger the boss. And at the moment, I don't have any energy with which to fight the boss. However, I've got an ice hack I can throw at the boss. I've got 2 potions that I can use to do damage to the boss. So actually, probably as good a time as any to trigger the end of the game. Oh, the Traveller. A cloaked figure approaches you. You place your hand on your weapon, fearing a conflict. However, the old man reveals himself as a cleric and makes a gesture of peace. He places a hand on your shoulder and whispers to himself. So good news for people who are moral. Unfortunately, I'm low on the morality track, which means it does me no good whatsoever. That is lame. However, it does trigger the end of the game. So let's put the dungeon cards to one side. Let's count our enemies, because the type of enemies affects the decides the boss that you're going to face. Oh, I know it's going to be already. So I've got 4 enemies that are weak to poison. No, that's not weak to poison. That is undead. 4 undead enemies, which means I'm going to face the lich. The lich has got 20 health. Don't rate my chances, if I'm honest. He steals your energy. Oh, well, that doesn't matter. I haven't got any energy. Alright, so he's got 20 health. I could do this. It could happen. And he steals energy. Alright, so he's going to do his initial attack. Miss. He misses the initial attack. That is tremendous news. He steals my energy, so I've got no energy at all. Now, I do have the holy water. This is my best shot to give him a battering, because it's going to do 2d6 worth of damage plus 5 because the lich is undead. So fingers crossed, this is going to be really good. Oh, it's not amazing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've done 11 points of damage, taking him down to 9. And imagine he's pretty annoyed about that. Okay, so he's going to counter strike. Oh, he misses! He misses. We've had quite a few enemy misses in this game. I'm not going to complain. Right, so I'm going to throw my ice hack at him. So this is going to do 3d6 worth of damage. So let's throw that at him. That's done 8, 9, 10. 10 points of damage. I win. I win the game. Good times. Well, folks, I can't really believe that that has happened. I even had a spare potion to throw at him. Okay, so there you go. Fayon has defeated the lich and is probably feeling pretty pleased with himself. I know I'm feeling pleased with myself, so he's got to be feeling extra pleased with himself. That means that I'm going to be able to take him on into another adventure, into the Warren of Despair. So that's going to be my next video, I guess, the Warren of Despair. Tune in next time to see Fayon facing up against a new enemy, facing new challenges as he delves into the Warren of Despair. If you've enjoyed this adventure and you want to see more just like it, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification button, and if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and like this video as well. I have been the Lone Adventurer. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.